Alright, so we've talked about how the Mythic rules in Pathfinder 2nd Edition lean more onto the storytelling and thematic aspect of the game than you might initially think, but there's a rules element behind that serving as the engine for this dynamic, and that's Mythic points. In a Mythic game, you get Mythic points instead of Hero points, and you get 3 of them at the start of the session instead of starting with 1 and then needing to do things to get them. Instead of using a hero point to just re-roll and take the new result, you have Rewrite Fate, in which you spend a mythic point to re-roll and take the new result, but for that check you use Mythic Proficiency. Mythic Proficiency is one step beyond Legendary, so you go from Untrained to Trained, Expert, Master, Legendary, and then Mythic, for a combined total of 10 proficiency bonus. But it doesn't stack naturally with whatever proficiency you have in that category. So if you are trained, you just get 2 from going to Expert, another 2 from Master, another 2 from Legendary, and then another 2 from Mythic, so plus 8 from going from Trained to Mythic. Now, you may notice that this means that the more skill increases you have baseline, the less you get from spending a Mythic point. So at level 15, your Legendary skill is only going to be going up plus 2. Mind you, every plus 1 matters in this game, and that's all the way at level 15. From level 7 to 15, a considerable amount of the game, you're still going to be getting a plus 4 to your highest skills. And no matter your level of proficiency, not all of the skills you can use Rewrite Fate in, or use to support your primary skill, are going to be maximum proficiency. But we'll cover higher level Mythic play later. Right now we're talking about an entry-level understanding of the thing. And speaking of understanding how to operate the Mythic rules at an entry-level basis, you'll also note that Rewrite Fate can't be used to reroll attack rolls, which on a surface level is a massive downgrade from hero points, which does require you to execute your gameplay in a slightly different manner. But why did the developers make this decision? Well, you've got to consider that a reroll by default already doubles your chances of hitting and critting, and then rolling at Mythic Proficiency at level 1 would supply you with a plus 8 to that. Just having that readily available from the get-go, with all of the other things that Mythic points can do for you, would be quite powerful. Mythic rules make debuffs much more consistent, so that boost to attack rolls becomes a little bit more powerful than it would seem at a glance. And when you get the ability to roll straight up at Mythic Proficiency for that huge buff in your modifier, I'd like to reiterate that re-rolling doubles your hit and crit chances. Anyway, we'll carry on in part 2 in the related video.